Hello fellow YouTubers. So it's time for another update, and as you can see, I started working on the second Land Raider, the second part of this challenge. The inside is going to be pretty much like the inside of the first Land Raider, so you've kind of seen that already, and the work is almost completed on that part of the tank. Currently I'm working on the outside. Since this is going to be a command tank for the Deathwing army that Detlef is getting, I'm going to try to do my best work and add some other more elaborate bits to it. He's already put down a little bit of a backstory about it, so I'm thinking I need to make the look actually fit the story. I bought some pieces from Cyber Miniatures to spruce up the outside of the tank. As you can see, there's a couple of different bits. There's one on each side that fits into this front slot, and one that actually fits on the back slot of the tank. They are not glued in right now, so this is the back piece. Looks like that. And this is the front piece, with a little kind of an angel holding a parchment. And then there's this side piece with the same angel motif, and there's actually a door that fits in the front like that. Very nice. And the sponson weapon is the same as for the other tank. So the work now has been to file cut and make this everything fit together with the tank. You have to cut off some bolts. There's a few steps down here that you have to take off, and a cross with a skull up here that you just need to get off the tank so you can actually fit this piece to the side. It's gonna go something like that. The door has a little bit of a gap around it, so I'm thinking of actually gluing this and the door down to a piece of very thin plastic card. That way I can actually put them down and put some weight on them to get a good glue bond with super glue. And then I can use plastic glue to actually attach it to the tank later on. So that's the plan for the moment. Also trying to get this sponson piece to fit is kind of a little challenge. But I'm working on that as well. So that about the tank. I'm also going to light up this tank a little bit. So if I do that, you can see that I drilled out the headlights for this top piece. It's a separate piece that you actually glue in, so I just put in one to show you. Drilled out the headlights and put in some LEDs. And so there's going to be 2 LEDs on the headlights for both sides, and then thinking of putting one in the crew compartment or the transport area in the tank to make it possible to actually see the painted details a little bit better. So the challenge right now I'm working on, apart from fitting everything together nicely, is to actually hide this battery pack somewhere. The theory I have at the moment is to actually, since this piece on the side is going to cover up most of the outside of the tank, I'm thinking of actually cutting a groove in one of these door frames so that I can fit the battery pack in there like that, kind of. And then have a section of the track that goes underneath being magnetized, so you can pull it off and actually pull the whole battery pack out, so you can change the battery, and actually there's a little switch here that you need to use to make the headlight go on. So that's another project I need to figure out completely before I can get to painting this tank. So let's go to today's question then. Today's question was what would you like GW to design next in terms of an army? Thought a little bit about this question as well, and I think there's many many layers to answer this question. I think in the realm of possibility, I would wish them to actually redesign the Sisters of Battle. The aesthetics for the actual sisters are quite good, but they need to bring them up to date in the sculpting, and of course make them in plastic so they can produce them as an actual army. I would also like them to the tanks and walkers are a little bit on the quirky side for me. The walker thing is very block, and I don't really like the design of that. And also the tanks are nice, but I think since they are designed so far off in the past, they could actually take the concept and do something very new and cool with the same type of tanks today, with their production methods and design methods. So that's the thing I want to see, and I think that's a possibility that they could do that, because Sisters of Battles actually have a place in the army structure, or the fight for the universe, and they could be an army. People are playing them right now as an armies, and they could actually be one in the future as well. So I don't know if it's probable that they will do it, but it's a possibility that they would. Arbites are another army. The thing with them is they can't really function well as a separate army, because they don't. Much of the reasoning behind fighting is the eternal war and stuff, and I don't see the Arbites being on the battlefront in the war. They are more, of course, involved in the fighting, but more on a planetary scale. Let's say there's an orc invasion, the Arbites, of course, is going to be the first line of defense, but they wouldn't be involved in the protracted war in that scale that an army in 40k usually works in, I think. But it would be nice to see them. They could design them perhaps as an element in an Imperial Guard army or something like that. I would like to see how they would modernize those sculpts, because I like the whole Judge Dredd-esque look of them, and they are kind of badass actually if you read the fluff about them. And then there's the rogue traders. I would love to see a rogue trader force, just because they have such a great scope for what you can bring into such a force. They would have very free range of what to design and how to design it. You could have everything from unknown alien advisors to very high-tech or archaeotech equipments and weapons and such. That's very unlikely that it would ever do something like that, but perhaps they could have something akin to the advisors in the Imperial Guard army, that you could actually have some kind of a rogue trader force. That would be very nice. There's a guy I know called Trevor Goddard. I don't know how you really pronounce it, but Trevor is having a project right now of a gun cutter, and he's converted up a rogue trader force to have with that gun cutter, and it looks amazing. It's been using, I think it's are they called iron sights? Some Forge World Warhammer Fantasy unit, and given them guns and converted up the miniatures. They look amazing. So yeah, you can look up the gun cutter project on Facebook, I think, and watch him evolve that project further. It's just at the beginning of it. So that's a tip for you as well today. Okay, nice. Almost 10-minute video. I don't seem to be able to cut these videos short, even if I try to, but I hope you enjoy it at least, and yes, I will see how much I get to work on this for tomorrow. It's going kind of slowly at the moment, but I hope when we get to the painting it's gonna actually pick up the pace again. So yeah, good luck with the future projects. I've been watching videos as I paint and build, and it's great to see everybody's painting challenge going really well at the moment, and this is kind of the final push for the last week here to finish up what needs to be done. So with that, I will say good night, and I will see you all tomorrow for another update. Bye.